Speaking of controversy, I have to ask you, and it's very much current right now, but you did another great movie that year that was nominated for Best Picture, and that was Mississippi Burning. And with Gene Hackman, and Alan Parker directed it, but that was extremely controversial too. Were you surprised? You played an FBI agent, obviously.
Yes. You know, I can honestly say I don't remember that controversy as specifically.
Yeah.
There was some talk about, you know, there was some talk about, you know, this invented FBI agent, because it dealt with real matters, but there were some aspects that were fictionalized.
It was based on the murders of 2 Jewish white men and a black man in Mississippi.
And the only controversy I remember is they questioned the perspective of the historical facts of it. But it was fictionalized. Certain aspects were fictionalized. So the only thing that one of the things that I really loved about the movie is it showed that, you know, sometimes political decisions are made in the name of morality, and they aren't truly about morality or justice. They're made for, you know, very personal political reasons. And the shift, for example, you know, one of the reasons J. Edgar Hoover went after the Klan was he was more scared of them than the civil rights workers. You know, so that's really why he finally decided to enforce some of the laws.
Which is really interesting now when, you know, just driving up here today, I'm listening to this whole thing, attacks on the FBI and what's going on. And some of what was in that movie reminded me of what we're seeing now. There was a lot of questioning of what the FBI was doing. And so in playing an FBI agent there with Hackman, what kind of things did you discover about that?
Oh, well, you know, it's not, for me, excuse me, it's not so interesting to talk about the themes, but one thing that was really interesting is I did that movie basically to work with Gene Hackman. And on paper, listen, this is, for me it's interesting. Hope it is for you. It's so dark, I feel like we are alone.
We are. It's just us.
I prefer to see an audience, but okay. What was that saying?
You were talking
about it was a beautiful script, but I had kind of what I thought was the flat role. And that was okay because Alan Parker was a great director, and Gene Hackman, I just wanted to be around him and play scenes with him. But as I started doing the movie, the role became very interesting. For me. And in retrospect, it was a beautiful role. That's just a little note from me that sometimes you misjudge things.
Now the
scene misjudged things too, because I remember we were having dinner. I had 2 more days to shoot, and he was leaving. He was finished, and he very courteously said, "Hey, let's have dinner together. It's been good." And at the end of the dinner, he's like, "Well, you know, it's a good experience. I hope it's a good movie, and it would be great to work with you. Now, you have 2 days left. Maybe you could find some other colors."
Ooh. Oh. Ouch. So what do you take from that?
From his perspective, maybe that was true.